Hey guys, so today I am doing the perfect palette tag, and honestly I didn't start watching these until a little bit ago, maybe a few days ago, and I was like, wow, I really want to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it because I don't want this to be long. The first one is, what is the best packaging? And for that I have to say my Sugar Pill Burning Heart palette. I love this palette, and I love the packaging. It is so pretty. Even the packaging it came in, it comes in with this, and it has like a lady with like crazy makeup on and a little cat, and it's so cute. But yeah, this is how it came, and then in the back it has with the palette colors and their names. So, and then I love pink and purple, and these colors are just amazing on this, so this is my best packaging. And the next one is, what is the palette with the best color payoff? And I would definitely have to say my Lorac Pro palette, because every one of these shadows is so pigmented, and it's so silky. Like, you can run your fingers through it and it feels like butter, and it's just, look at that. That's some good color payoff. That's just like one swipe. Let me do a darker shade. Let me do Garnet. It's like this red shade. And that's just one swipe. Oh, I just love this palette. The next question is, what is the most versatile? And I will have to say my MAC palette that I made, and it's just a whole bunch of shadows that I got over like 2.5 years. So they're really all neutrals, except for a couple of them, like purples, but for the most part they are neutral. And I would say this is most versatile because this could be the most basic eye you can get, that you could wear even every day. If I had to pick one, it would have to be my MAC palette. The next one is, what palette is best for traveling? And I picked my Naked Basics palette, only because it is so tiny, and even though you only get a few shades, it could be just the simplest look and it will look amazing. And I don't know if you know, but I love matte shades, and when they came out with this, I was like, I gotta jump on that because I will use it all the time. And I actually went to Puerto Rico, and I actually did my makeup on the plane using this. Ew, my mirror is so dirty. Sorry. I actually did my makeup on the plane using this, and it was just so easy and convenient. And imagine if I got a giant palette out and like was doing makeup, it would be crazy. And there's not enough room on the plane anyway, or in your seat, so I definitely would bring this palette. The next question is, what palette is the biggest regret? What is wrong with me? The next question is, what palette is your biggest regret? And I will have to say the Joy to the Girls palette. I saw this, like I was eyeing it for a long time. I saw so many reviews on it, and I was like, man, I want to get that palette because it's so pretty and people are raving about it. So after Christmas, everything went on sale. So I went and bought it, and I got home, tried it out, and I was like, ooh, this is nice. No. A lot of these shades don't even show up on you. So the reason I don't like this palette is just because I just don't like the colors in it. Like, I thought I would like it, but okay, I will never use a blue. I really don't like the color blue, especially on my skin tone. This twinkle color, it looks so pretty in the palette, but literally it is like zero payoff. It's like blah compared to the Lorac Pro palette. And then this Yule Log shade has the most fallout, and it's really, really chunky. The saddest part is my favorite colors in the palette are the light shades, like highlight shades. I like the 2 brow bone shades and then these 2 pink ones, and maybe this cookie dough one, but that barely shows up on my skin anyway. But if I had to choose, it would be those. So yes, I definitely regret this palette. I should have just let it pass. Should have never went to Ulta. The next one is the best color names. Now, this one's really tricky for me because I didn't have like a crazy unique palette, but if I had to pick one, it would be the Sigma Cream de Couture palette, just because the names just sound so yummy, and I don't know, just when you think of like fruits and everything and macaroons, it's just kind of yummy to me. So I do love the names in these. Like, I love passion fruit, ginger pumpkin, Burberry cream, blue chocolate, citron pistachio. I love the names in this palette, so that's the one I would choose. The next question is, what is the least used? And I will have to say my Urban Decay palette. I don't even know what palette this is. Is that bad? It's the Ammo palette. Okay, so yeah, the Urban Decay Ammo palette. And honestly, this was a straight impulse buy because it like draws you in because the colors are so pretty. And I'm not knocking if the shadows are horrible or not, because they're not at all. They're really, really amazing and pigmented. I tend to buy palettes that have really good transitioning shades, and this has zero. They are all shimmer, and there's a couple of like chunky glitter ones in here. I always think to myself, why did I buy this? And I can't even come up with the right answer. I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk about it. So now the next question is the most used palette, and my most used palette right now is my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I love this palette so much, and I'm so happy I got it. It's funny because I was actually going to Ulta to buy the Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and I always was like going there and I was like no, and I would talk myself out of it, and then I was like whatever, because I kept thinking about it, so I went out to buy one and they were sold out, and I was like, really? I think it was just a sign. I turned around and this was sitting there, and I think they just literally put it out that day or the day before or so. I love every color in this palette. First of all, I love how they have so many transition shades, because a lot of palettes only have like one or two maybe, but you get 3 in here, and I used every one of them. But I really love these shades. They blend so easily. That's a big reason why I love it too. Now, some of these shades have a lot of fallout, like the purple, but for the most part, these, they have such, I just love this palette. I love it, and I'm so happy I bought it, and it smells so good. The next one is my most loved palette, and I will have to say right now is the Naked 3 palette. I actually don't own any of the other Naked palettes, and for the longest I wanted the original Naked palette, but I saw this coming out, and I love rose gold. Like, my watch is rose gold, and I love everything rose gold. These shades are absolutely stunning, and I just can't get enough of it. I always play with them. It's most loved everywhere on YouTube right now, and I know why, just because they're just amazing payoff. There's one, I think, I don't use Buzz or Dust, these two right here, just because one's really, really, like, has a lot of chunky glitter in it, and I don't like that, and you really have to dig in to get any kind of color payoff. But I never really like those shades anyway, so it doesn't really matter for me to try to enhance the color or anything. But I really do love this palette. And the last question is, what palette would I take on a desert island? And I would have to say my MAC palette, just because every color is in here, and well, at least for the neutrals, and I wear, on an everyday basis, I wear neutral shades. I don't wear like crazy colors, so this palette is just so essential. You could do so many looks with this, and in the MAC palettes, since they come with 2 inserts, you can put a whole bunch of shadows in here, or you can take these inserts out and even put blushes. Yeah, I would definitely bring my MAC palette to a desert island if I was stranded. So that was my perfect palette tag. I actually tag you guys, whoever's watching it, to do this tag, and I just want to thank you guys for coming to my channel and watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, dolls.